Hey guys, how's it going? Just played this Missouri game earlier, decided I'd wanted to record it, stick it up on YouTube, because I had a lot of fun with it. Isn't the best Missouri game you'll ever see, but it's actually my highest damage game ever, so I figured it would be fun to put up for others to see. So we are on the map north. We spawn on the southern side over by C, and I don't really like the C side of this map. So I decide in a little bit here, you'll see, to actually head over towards A, since I notice we're quite light in terms of ships on that side. Got a little bit more over here, and I wanted to go support them and see what I could do. So there we go, turning off towards the left, checking out the team over there. And then someone asks in chat what the plan is. I don't know if he was talking to me or the other Missouri on the team, but I go ahead and let him know I'm just not going to be heading into C. And as you can see, the friendly Hakuryu has sent his rocket planes up ahead there, so I decided to take a look and see what I can shoot. And there's an Adago. So I do lock onto him. Doesn't look like the replay catches that, might be a bug, but fire off a couple shots at him. And unfortunately, he was going a little bit faster than I anticipated. I think he would come out of a turn and was accelerating, so the shells do miss, but that's okay. We got more, plenty more in the game. Got my guns loaded, looking around, seeing what the team's doing, seeing what targets I've got. Nothing spotted yet, other than a battleship over north of A and B. Then I see Richelieu here. He's behind the island, so I can't quite see where exactly he is. But I line up a little crosshair dot on the map showing me where I'm aiming and take a shot on his predicted course. Unfortunately, only the rear turret manages to clear the island. And it only gets a ricochet, so not the best result. Not done any damage yet, already, a couple minutes into this game. Not happy with that, but that's alright. Plenty more health on the enemy team to harvest for the good old USS Missouri. So I'm aiming at that Yamato. Keeps going spotted and unspotted, so I decide not to take a shot at him. I aim over towards that SHWBT Soyuz.
Torpedoes to starboard.
So I'm trying to figure out how fast he's going, if he's accelerating or not, where to hit him, take a shot. He does disappear, but the last turret locks onto the Buffalo right before I shoot, which is actually a little bit helpful, because, you'll see in just a minute, hit the Soyuz a couple times, and then Citadel the Buffalo. So it's a good 14, almost 15,000 damage. Salvo, not quite to open the game, but my first damaging salvo of the game. So we'll definitely take that, it's a good result. And on the map there in D6, you notice there's a cruiser that was spotted, and that's the enemy Henry. And he's actually going to pop out in just a second there. There he is, trying to cut across B. So take a shot at him. He uses his engine boost. I don't know if he was actually using it or not already. So he is going a bit faster than I expect. Henry's a fun ship, but 3 over pens. Not as good as hoped, but that's okay. But he was focused on us and not where he was going. So he's run himself aground. His health is quickly dissipating due to fire from friendly ships. Hipper gets taken out by the Yamato, unfortunately. That's okay. Shots out on the Henry as he was reversing, although he starts accelerating again to not stay in fire for too long. So, hit him with the Citadel. Almost 15,000 damage there, and basically doubled how much damage we've done so far. Not a bad result at all. And oh, what's this? Des Moines looks like he's pushing into A. Pushing a bit too far, arguably. He's not paying much attention to me, it looks like. So, happily take a shot on him as he accelerates. And yes, very nice Citadel. 13,500 damage, 1 penetration, 1 Citadel. That's how I like to do it here in the Missouri. torpedo beats the friendly cruiser, I believe. As the Hakuryu sends his dive bombers in to take a peek at him. Send another salvo off. Although he was slowing down, which meant a lot of those were a little bit too far ahead, and only get 5 overpens. Still though, 6,500 damage is not bad. So Hakuryu goes in for a strike. Does a ton of damage, 13,000 or so I think. And the friendly gearing just starts whittling him down with his AP. There he goes, good job gearing. And there's that Buffalo again, the guy we citadeled earlier. Can't quite tell if he's turning in or not, so just give it a second. I see he straightens out, so take a shot. 16-inch battleship guns should still do a lot of damage even at this angle. And indeed, Citadel, so that's a gorgeous, I think 26 or 27,000 damage Citadel, or salvo on him. So he's not looking too healthy, probably not too happy. So I look over, see what the rest of the team's doing, and I see that Georgia there. So Georgia's reversing, I'm guessing he's trying to get out of the B cap area. So take a shot on him. Frontal turret dispersion is pretty decent, rear turret not so much, but that's okay. And unfortunately, shots go a little bit all over the place. Still 8,000 damage, but could have been better. No citadels like I'd hoped, but oh well. Can't citadel them all. Buffalo gets taken out by a nice torpedo drop from the Hakuryu. Good job from him, and there's that Soyuz again. He's one of the 2 key players that we're going to see a lot of from here on out in this game. See he's turning, so I take a shot on him as soon as I think he's slowing down his turn. He actually kept going, but not to worry. Good hit on him, roughly 8,500 or so. And then you might have seen earlier, the enemy midway got spotted, and there he is again, up in A4-ish. I notice he's not moving. He's sitting quite still. So again, use a little dot on the minimap to aim my crosshair. Line up the shots where I think he is, and fire away. Fortunately for us, it's 4 pens and a citadel. That assisted in capture almost made you think we'd got him, but not quite. He's still plenty of health to go. So I let chat know, let the team know in chat that citadeled him in case anyone gets eyes on it. And another salvo out on the Soyuz. Not the greatest dispersion, but that's okay. Good healthy shot on him, just about 11,000 damage, and oh lord, there's a Yamato and an Alabama shooting at me. So I turn out to the left to try and not show my citadel, not take too much damage. Overall, not too bad. Yamato doesn't do too much, Alabama hits a little bit harder, but still not the deal. Then the Soyuz hits. I didn't think it was aiming at me, so that one was a little bit of a misplay, but that's okay. And here comes midway dive bombers, so I reinforce my AA on his side of my ship. Shoot down a couple planes, couple more. Unfortunately, no damage on the Soyuz, even though it says 3 pens, must have hit turrets. Midway gets 2 fires on me, so I put those out, because 1 fire I'll let burn, 2 not for too long. Don't want to have that much damage. So looking at that Yamato, can't quite tell if he's accelerating or not. I believe he was slowing down, which meant those shells go a little bit all over the place. Not quite where I'd want it. Only 1 hit, and it's a ricochet, unfortunately. That's okay. Take a HE shell there, I believe from the Richelieu, way over there, beyond B, almost 21 kilometers away. Not bad shooting on his part. Take minor damage from Soyuz. A little bit more damage from Soyuz, and the Yamato here is actually accelerating again. I thought he was slowing down. So those first shells do not do much, as you can see in the ricochet. But that second set, that does a little bit of damage. Actually, no, it doesn't. I get a pen, I think, on this turret, but does no damage. Midway comes in with a torpedo drop, proc my AA in his side, knock out a couple of his planes, and the torpedoes miss. Must have thought I was going faster or accelerating, but alas, I was not, so I get away with it. Shells out on Yamato, and we finish him off with a 4,000, almost 600 damage salvo. Not bad. 10 minutes into the game, almost 40,000 damage done. We are currently winning on points, but not by caps, so it's still a bit of a close game. Shells out on the Alabama. He's showing me better angle than the Soyuz was. And sure enough, 11,000 damage on him. Quite nice. There's the Midway rocket fighters again coming in, so once more. Turn a little bit, then proc my AA in his direction for a sec here. There it goes. A little bit later, I think it's a couple more shells on the Alabama. Only 6,000 damage salvo, roughly, but we do get the Confederate, so that's not bad. I asked the Soyuz for a moment for me to deal with the Alabama in chat, and he gives that to me. He shoots at one of the cruisers down at B, whether intentional or not. Very kind of him to do so. Although it will cost his Alabama friend the Alabama's life. Shot out on the Alabama, take him out, almost 10,000 damage salvo. Very nice. Thank the Soyuz in chat for giving me that opportunity. Nice guy. And I notice here, he's showing a decent angle. Not the greatest in the world, but not bad either. So, why not take a couple shells out on him, see what happens. Turret B's dispersion is great. And yeah, it's almost 18,000 damage Citadel. Very nice. I mean, it's almost 12 minutes into the game, we're already at 4,000 damage. So, Midway rocket planes once more. Pop the AA buff on the side of the ship I think he's on. Shooting out a couple planes, couple more. Salve out on Soyuz, only one overpen, so only do 1,350 damage. That's okay.
Requesting fire on the designated target.
But I notice he's shooting at those cruisers of mine down in B, or the battleship maybe. So I decide to use this opportunity to turn my ship out a bit, see if I can get that rear turn on. So hold salvo for a sec, aim it up and shoot, and then start turning back so he doesn't get my broadside. Nice hit on him, 8,700 damage. Turning back in, he only gets one hit on me that time, a lot of the shells miss, so not too much damage, 3,000. More than I'd wanted, but still, not too bad. Get the front turrets reloaded. And salvo out, there's Midway dive bombers. Hits on the Soyuz, great, 8,300. Start shooting down some more Midway planes. He does get a bomb off, so I do put the fire out, because I don't have very much else to play with. Soyuz gets another shot off. Does hit me for a little bit. So shells out on him. And unfortunately we get 2 ricochets, meaning he does survive, although I do get the high caliber. At 209,000 damage so far.
Problem solved, sir.
He survives a hit from the friendly battleship and is now 266 health. Takes another salvo on me. Knocks out my guns. Yoshino finishes him off.
Good game, everyone.
Now, the only thing left on the enemy team is that aircraft carrier. And he was headed up, I believe, into the 10 line to go hide behind the island in C10. Although he actually ends up in the corner at A10. So next couple of minutes here, just spent cruising, minding our business. I am spotted by planes, so I believe it's good. Their planes are going to come from A6 or 7, get unspotted and spotted again, and then sure enough, in a minute here, there they are. Torpedo bombers come from A6. So he was skirting the map edge, I'm assuming. So popped the AA, buff on that side of the ship and I start turning in as hard as I can. Missouri's rudder's not too bad. Got the steering module on her. Midway drops his torpedoes way out. And fortunately, because we started turning, I only take one torpedo. Just narrowly avoid the second. Not bad. So 12,000 health, about 30 seconds on the heel. Hoping that comes up before the next plane squad comes in. And then we captured the C point. Friendly battleship down there takes that. I taunt the Midway and chat a little bit, telling him more planes shot down means more money, so asking him to come and feed me some more. And sure enough, he does with another squad of rocket planes. So I turn into those, and I pop the AA defense again. Take out a couple of his planes. The friendly Hakuryou drops some fighters over me to help.
The ship is on fire.
And then the enemy Midway actually does pop some fighters as well. And then there's the AA defense expert.
Our team
So
is
shoot
taking
down
the lead.
10 planes from this engagement. Not bad at all. 826 points to their 400, so definitely
Problem solved, sir.
gained a lead here compared to earlier's very closeness of the battle. And taunt the Midway again, saying, "Baby girl, where's the ship at?" Seeing if he will give me a little bit more damage here. And then here comes a couple more dive bombers. Not too worried. Looks like there's only 3 of them. I can manage those. Midway's slowing down. Don't realize that until after I shoot. So unfortunately, those shells are a little bit too far ahead. Don't get quite the damage that I'd hoped for. Just a couple of overpens. Or a pen, sorry. And then those 2 bombers looked like they'd missed. But then I take 14,000 damage and get 2 fire set, which is really unfortunate. Because that is going to kill me. Unfortunately, my damage repair is not for another few seconds. Do get a salvo off on him though. So before he takes me out, nice revenge shot. Get a nice little salvo into him. Nothing spectacular. But that is where my game ends. 222,000 damage. 40 planes shot down, 3 kills. Confederate, high caliber, AA defense expert. We do win this game. The Midway doesn't actually get killed, but due to our 3 caps held, we do gain a lot of points very quickly. And so we do point out, reach 1,000 points, which is not a bad result at all. Just looking at the Midway here, I don't have one myself, so checking it out, seeing what it looks like. Complimenting the guy in chat, calling him persistent man, I respect that. He did a good job focusing me down and taking me out. Didn't win him the game in the end, but that's okay. So as our points rack up, we reach 991. I'll pause the game here, because that's basically how it ends. We get another little tick of points, reach another 9, and that's 1,000 points, and we win. This was my highest damage ever game so far, as of the 28th of March. Very fun game. Missouri's a very fun ship. Took me a while to get used to her, but she's very lucrative if you make her work. She has some fantastic guns, some decent armor, lots of health. She's just an all-around good ship, and really like her. Looking forward to eventually grinding out fully the American battleship line, getting myself the Montana at tier 10. Should be a lot of fun. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and then I'll see you guys around next time.